Well, boys, it seems that the end game is upon us. If you didn't know already, you can check the Discord. There's a new message. Just all it says is coming soon, trademark. And if you didn't know, the Disaster 1.0 is planned to release late June or early July. And it seems we are getting very close. And there's a couple things that I've noticed. Obviously, there's the message in the Discord. And I've also seen a huge gain in subscribers recently. We just hit 300. And I thank you guys so much for that, because that is just a goal I did not expect to hit for a long time. And yet here we are. And I know that it's thanks to you guys who all want to see the Disaster. And I'm hoping that 1.0 is everything that it's been hyped up to be, because I really just want to make the best content for you guys. But the thing I want to do today, with 1.0 being so close, is talk about some of the ideas and suggestions that people have come up with. Go into community first, because I care about you guys above all. We have some comments. So the first comment comes from, I don't know how you say that. Let me zoom in here. Chief Gooey. I hope I did not butcher that. It's definitely possible. There's a lot of names I'm going to butcher in this one probably. But they say better hitboxes, better anti-cheat, and a Sally and Cream nerf. So going through the comments recently, you guys have been telling me that Sally deserves an S tier. Or not Sally. Cream deserves an S tier after I made the tier list video, and I had her ranked at an A minus. And honestly, I'm starting to agree with you guys. When I really analyze her character more, I think she has that good escape method for solo survival, and I think she also makes the perfect support character. Honestly, I think I'm going to remake the video, obviously, at 1.0. A lot of things are going to change, and I'm probably going to re-rank these characters. That one, I kind of just wanted to get out while there was still time, and while 9.0 is still existent. Plus, we're going to be able to see how different it is when 9.0 really comes out. In terms of a Sally nerf, honestly, I think Sally is pretty good where she's at. I think she's a great character, but I also think you have to play her well. So, I think Sally's pretty fine. Cream, honestly, she might receive a nerf. She might receive a buff. Who knows? Who knows how these characters are going to be changed with 1.0. And of course, next comment as well, P1H527. That's about as accurate as I'm going to say it. Better hitboxes as well. Everyone's going to complain about hitboxes. Honestly, at this point, I think it's just a thing that's going to be there. I mean, you look at Dead by Daylight, they've never really fixed hitboxes. People still play it, and the game's inspired by Dead by Daylight anyways. So, I mean, that is what it is. At the end of the day, things are just going to be that way probably. I know people are going to complain about it. People are still going to play it. I don't think Outlook is probably going to change it. Maybe he does. Maybe this is the update that fixes it. Maybe it's not. We'll just have to see when we get there. But next comment comes from Space Porcupine. They said improving or just changing maps a little bit and a new ability for Shadow. Okay, we're definitely going to see map changes. That is going to be an exciting thing, is running through, seeing all the map changes, seeing how Outlook's changed everything. And I think that's going to be very, very exciting. But I also think new ability wise that some characters are going to need it, some don't. In terms of Shadow, I just said a gun, because I think that would be funny to just have Shadow run around with a gun, like just pop an EXE from a distance. I mean, honestly, if he got a long range weapon like that, I think he would go up to S tier. I put him as a B in my recent video. He's not a bad character. I mean, that would probably put him up to at least an A, if not S. So I think that some characters do need new abilities. Rouge is definitely one of them. You can say whatever you want about Rouge. I think she needs a buff. Her abilities are just not that great. The sensor is what it is. I mean, people will argue with me about it. I think Rouge is a D at the end of the day. I don't think she's good. I really don't. I think if there's a character that needs improvement, it's definitely her at the end of the day. Every other character's really just got a role they can play. Rouge, you just run around, set sensors, and hope for the best. I mean, most of what you do as a Rouge player is go and set sensors and just run around trying to avoid the EXE. I mean, you don't have anything to defend yourself, so how are you going to keep them busy? And your sensors are just like, Yes, they're useful for team play, obviously, but you have to use them the right way. So in my opinion, Rouge just needs a buff. She's not good. She really needs that buff. I don't know what else to say about her. She needs it. You know, I mean, I don't know if he's going to buff her or not. See at the end of the day, I guess. Things will change. Things will stay the same. Either way, it is what it is. Since that was it for the community tab, I decided to go to Discord because there's actually a lot of good suggestions on here. And one that stood out to me was this one from Nugget. And he said, suggestion, characters standing doing nothing for over 5 seconds puts them in an idle animation. In my opinion, that would add a lot of life to the game. I mean, it seems like it would be something that's easy to do given all the animations Outlook's added. Maybe that's just me. I'm not a game dev. I've tried it. It's difficult for me, so I mean, that's down to Outlook at the end of the day. I think it would add life to the game, but it's down to him at the end of the day. But I still think it's a great suggestion. But moving on to the next one. So the next one comes from White Gay Sonic, and yes, that is the name. Don't just look at me like that. But he said, so alright, here's a shot at something. As Vanilla is not playable, she should be a replacement for Cream if she is chosen. Also revamp Kind and Fair, which I think is already happening. The revamped one will give you access to Cream's body. It could be how it looks like now, but with the K being enterable and a wall/walkable platform and where the gap would be. In my opinion, having other characters that are in the Sonic.exe universe that we don't get to see, or maybe they're not playable, would still be super cool to see as like a dead body or something, because I doubt Vanilla's getting added as a playable character. Yes, that would be sick, but I really doubt it. I mean, I think people want Vanilla, but I mean, he's only, I don't think he's adding any more characters. I mean, he's already got enough on his hands as is. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I believe he already shut down Silver, so we know Silver's probably not coming. Maybe I'm wrong about that. If I am, please leave it in the comments, because I hate being wrong about stuff and spreading misinformation. But yeah, if that is false, and you can prove it or something like that, I'll definitely pin the comment or something like that. But I believe he did shut Silver down and say Silver is not being added to the game, because there was a lot of hype surrounding that for a bit, and then I believe he just shut it down. So that's a lot of suggestions from Discord and from the community, from you guys in general. Honestly, one of my suggestions, I made this one way back, was adding a glide assist ability, is what I like to call it. Now, if you don't know what I mean by that, you can see in the games, obviously, that Tails will like carry Sonic and he'll give him an assist by gliding. So what I was thinking for a game idea is that you could make characters like Tails and Cream that have the glide ability be able to assist another character by grappling onto them and being able to fly with them. But the expense of this would be that your stamina would run out a lot quicker. So like obviously there's a stamina on the glide ability characters, and it runs out eventually and they start slowing down. Usually you don't fly long enough for that to kick in, but with the glide assist it would weigh them down, so they would lose their stamina a lot quicker and hit the ground a lot quicker. I think that would be a really cool feature. I mean, you see it in the Sonic games. It'd be really cool to see in the Sonic.exe games. I mean, it would add that extra kind of teammate feature that those characters could use. I think it'd make Tails a lot more useful. You know my opinions about Tails if you've seen the tier list video. I still think he's a C character. I think he's very situational. Cream's obviously very good with that. I think she would be insane, but I think it would vary between characters. So like Tails, I think would be stronger than like Cream, and would probably, his stamina would probably go down a bit slower than hers would, because obviously she's not super strong. I mean, neither is Tails, but he's a bit bigger, obviously. But that's just a suggestion for me. Overall, I think everyone is super excited for this. I believe it is coming very soon, and I'm just about as excited for it as you guys. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Just a little update, couple suggestions from you guys. Overall, I think we're all excited, ready to see this, and I hope I can make the best content surrounding this game for you guys, and I hope to see y'all in the next one.